nhớ rong giấy trồng nè chỉ cứ đến nơi ra thì ấy trồng phong dư chúa tù để nào cũng giờ bỏ đi vào nhau mountain news rong xia ở các tàu mua phần lòn chỉ bây giờ này chỉ cho phong cho dư nhau thông bờ khó sẽ chơi được show YouTube nọ nung nó phải cúi rong xia hàng cho cái sai nọ sai chữ nhau trong đó lúc rõ sừng phò hậu sừng Minnesota nọ cúi giờ ta thơ từ nè chế mong giờ Kaohly Vang hơi là sĩ từ ở từ mấy giờ là từ châu miền nhau trong lúc đồng sừng phò nọ lúc đồng sừng phò nọ giờ lúc đồng sừng phò lo hàng lệ chỉ ta nó sẽ bên mong tôi nhau đầu tới前面กันnó tàu chỉ cho lúc xong là nếu khu giờ thâu tụ bận niệm mong là thâu tụ niệm chế mong và nhau trong đó lúc sừng mình sẽ ta nó hay cho họ kể sĩ từ là riêng với từ trong nhau trong hậu nó giờ nên sau đó thì cũng đã làm gì bé sẽ được đùa rong xuyên tàu đã tàu làm gì rồi bây giờ này cho gì cho phong cho dư nhau thông bờ trục khó sẽ chờ bây giờ đến đó rong xuyên trong Kaohly Vang hơi vậy tụi này chế mong nhất trong đó lúc rõ sừng phò hậu sừng Minnesota nó cú bắt đầu từ cái sĩ từ là vào tụi mấy giờ là tụi trong người họ nói cú dân khó kế xảy ra nhau rồi sống nó bây mong tụi nhau đầu tiên mình cần nó tàu chỉ chờ lúc sống là nếu cú giờ thâu tuần sai mong và là sĩ từ và tụi trong người nhau rồi họ lúc rõ sừng phò đó sừng Minnesota nó còn gấu xứ bây giờ này gì phong cho gì nhau thông bờ khó sẽ chờ là bây giờ đến đó thì rong xia kế xảy ra rồi nó còn đó là tận gì cũng cho bên mình hay áp bên lò tỏ can để bên cũng cho nhiều cho gì cho sẽ đượcตัวchơi nữaแล้วก็ตัวhay áp bên lò ok rong xia đi hàng gầu thế
Boy, I had this speech all prepared. Well, I had a scenario 1 and a scenario 2, and I'm really glad I'm reading scenario 1 to all of you right now. Good morning, St. Paul.
Good morning. It is morning.
My name is Kaohly Vang, and I'm proud to stand before you today as the first Asian and the first woman mayor-elect for the city of St. Paul. I want to start off by thanking Mayor Melvin Carter for his many years of service to our city. I started my political life working for him, and I will always be grateful for that opportunity.
Yes.
This was a hard-fought victory, and it was not the work of just one individual. I want to first thank my parents who aren't here today. I'm going to try not to cry when I say this. My parents both have, they're up in age and they both have health issues, and my parents would have wanted nothing more than to be here with us today, but I know that they're watching from home. And when I think about what my parents did, the things that they fought to get us to this country, when I think about the sacrifices that they made, and what they did so that their children could have a better life than them. And that despite all the things that had happened in our lives, the one thing that my parents always taught us is to have faith in God. And that if you always let yourself be led by honesty and truth and kindness and love, that there is nothing in this world that you cannot achieve and you cannot accomplish. And so I want to thank my parents for teaching me that, and for making sure that that always stays with me no matter what it is that I do. I want to thank the people in the organizations that had the political courage to step up and say that we want better for our city. From the unions and organizations that endorsed us, like the Teamsters, the sheet metal workers, my firefighters, Women Winning, the New American Leaders, the realtors, to the elected officials, and I want to specifically call out Councilmember Nelsie Yang. The courage that she had to come out and support me, I will forever be indebted to her courage to do that. To all of the other elected officials who voiced their support, including John and Yvette Hoffman, who were some of the first people to call me when they heard that I might be running. They are the symbol of what democracy and what it means for us to fight, even when you might not want to fight anymore. Like that, to me, when they called me, was the sign for me that I needed to go forward with this. and many of my colleagues at the legislature, to each individual who stood up for me. Whether you knocked doors, made phone calls, donated, hosted a house party, or even just told your neighbors to support me, you made a difference. This is our victory. From the time I announced in August, we ran this race differently. This wasn't about running against something. It was about running for our city and the people who make this a great city. We didn't focus on the same high voter turnout areas that usually deliver these victories. We organized in communities of color, overlooked areas of the city, because every voice matters in democracy. I want to thank my husband, Kong, and my daughters, Taylor and Aiden, for coming along with me on this journey and sharing so much of our lives over the last 3 months. I really do want to give a shout out to my husband, who had a personal goal of 200 doors every week. And he diligently reported that to me every week, saying, I might not get out tonight. I'm not going to hit my numbers. So numbers matter to us, matters to this team.
You're the man, man.
I also need to acknowledge the folks who aren't with us here tonight, those who I miss deeply. Mark and Melissa Horman. I got into this race because after their assassination over the summer, it was Melissa's words that echoed in my head and continued to just wrap itself around my heart, that these seats do not belong to us, and that we need to go out and earn the right to represent people. Melissa was so true to this that she would run people in districts they would never win, because she wanted to make sure the incumbent would do their work in their district. And Representative Wolgamott knows this because he had to recruit in those districts, and that was pretty hard. Tonight, we proved her words to be true. Here is my commitment to you as your next mayor. I will always show up. We are a large city, but a small community. Being involved matters. How we run our government matters. How we show up for people in every corner of our city matters. No one should ever feel complacent or entitled to a public office. That is a challenge to all of you. If you don't feel conversations are happening or momentum is moving forward, it is all of our responsibility to honor Melissa and do the work. 3 months ago, people told us this was impossible. Look at us now. For too long, our city has pitted groups of people against each other to benefit their own positions. Under my stewardship, that will no longer be the case. It is time to come together, have tough and transparent conversations, and chart a path forward that we can unite around. I swear I'm almost done. We need a St. Paul that is focused on expanding our revenue stream so that our budget isn't balanced on the backs of our residents, property taxes and rents. We need to be open for business, and that means getting the nuts and bolts of our government right. We need to ensure public safety goes beyond violent crime and includes giving people the services they need to address addiction and mental health in a meaningful way. We need a renewable and sustainable city that is filled with diverse housing options, including public, affordable, and market rate units. That means building a walkable, bikeable, livable city for everyone. I think for many of us, the giant elephant in the room is the federal government. Right now, Donald Trump and his ICE agents are descending on cities all across the country with permission from the Supreme Court to target people based on what they look and sound like. It's wrong, and as your mayor, I will put the full force of the city behind defending our neighbors. It's not a question of when they come, because they're already here. It's how hard and where. You can rest assured that you are not in this fight alone. Together, we will fight back. I will bring the strength of our city, our county partners, and my relationships at the state and federal levels to support our neighbors. I've always said that I won't come to this position with all the answers, but I'll always be willing to collaborate and pick up the phone. We are stronger when we work together. We have a lot of work ahead of us, but I have a plan to move St. Paul forward. My family came here as refugees. Never in their wildest dreams would I be standing here today accepting the position of mayor of the city that gave them the opportunity to live the American dream. I am doing this work for them, for you, and for the future of this great city. And I would be remiss if I didn't say this before I ended this speech, is that I could not have asked for a better team. This campaign team, I tell you, is the dream team. That is anybody who has ever worked on a campaign. That's right. You know that by the end, people are tired and people are short with each other and people sometimes can be at each other's throat. I can tell you that in this team, not one time did the team argue with each other or demand things of each other or wasn't transparent and honest with each other. I could not have asked for a better group of people who could keep me calm when we were building this airplane and flying it at the same time. And there were times where I thought I was falling out of it. But they made sure that we all locked arms and stayed together. And that there were days where, and I kid you not, there were days where I felt like I was sick to my stomach. And I think Matt came over and I was getting in his car and I said, I have to lay in the front lawn for a second and take some deep breaths. And he let me just lay there for like 10 minutes taking deep breaths. And like this team knows me and understands me. And I hope that anybody ever choosing to take a risk in life, willing to make hard decisions or take on difficult adventures, that they are surrounded by people who love them and believe them and will work as hard as them, because that is the only way we can do this together. And so this team, please raise your hand if you were part of this team. Nick, Elise, Matt, who's back there, all of my, gosh, I'm gonna forget you all, and I started naming names. I should not name names. But all of you, like Chu and Charisma and Alex and everybody, I cannot tell you that you all should be so lucky to be surrounded by such smart, good, capable people. And so thank you so much, team. This was our victory. It's not my victory, it's our victory. And so everyone, my name is Kaohly Vang, and I'm honored to be the next mayor of St. Paul.
Hey, you guys are the best.
Yeah! Sesame! President Mayor tonight!
Thank you all, and thank you for sticking with us all night like we did this, all of you. I want you to remember anything that you did in this campaign mattered, whether it was a call, whether it was a door that you knocked, whether it was a flyer that you dropped, whether it was a meet and greet that you hosted. This is all of you. This is our victory. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you.
Cô ấy tụi mong nhớ mình sẽ tạm mong ở bên tuần này nói giờ bên tuần sau có lì vang hơn mong này mong cái bên xịn nữa xe này bỏ tàu mấy giờ mà bên trong sát cần cầu lên bên trong sát mới tuần sai mong lên nói mong ở bên một xe trong này chán ok thank you.
Chẳng có hơi nhỏ Saint Paul ha thì cô hơi cô nhớ cô có district ha thì bây giờ tôi support này ha cái sao ta nhiều chủ một chance sao chủ nhận sự rồi chào.
OK ว่า还有一种佢哋就說到เขา直接弄到北端的那麼呀北端城高麗我下面那都說到高麗呀都近呀我也到了我都沒有然後上跑北蒙多到幾就上來呀明年說到高麗呀太多呀了半年蒙呢呀了許多我都沒有那麼เขาเนาะ有一個真正的被咱能多對錢啦多的對錢那天我講
nhà rong mà nó cũng tuân từ nó là những nhà cũng tuân chơi ngô rong nè đó họ cũng bỏ hai tia nữ nhà bé tuân sai mong là giải tụ bắt niệm mong và nữ một chữ rong hàng mà bé chấm mong cũng tuân trong nhà trò hồ sinh phò nó mà giờ hai tia nữ tàu là ấy tụ mấy giờ trò hồ nó nữ nhà ba tụ bé chấm mong tàu giả chỉ bé chấm mong xứ chấm mì cà là nữ ba tàu giả để cú và hai tia nữa dân nữa là ở bên thơ tụ bắt niệm mong ở mấy giờ nhớ trâu sinh phò nào ở trong tàu
nó của tôi nó giờ của sáng tôi chơi Kaohly gì của bà đến Kaohly mỗi khó chú ý cha yếu là chữ lúc xí là sinh phò cả trong một năm một hậu thế cả đủ đại đó là tận đây cả xí cho bê sinh ra cả là nhau cả lúc trong sinh phò cả đó trong câu để của bà thảo của bà đến Kaohly tụi mua lúc trình mua thì có cho là khó lúc xí là sinh phò cả dùng đó tận đây của sẽ tốt hơn Kaohly
cú chia sẻ thì có lý bắt đầu bây giờ mong chỉ hay cho mình tu mình nhỏ nhà bây giờ lâu bây giờ tao chỉ cho lúc xong là cú sẽ cả bây giờ mong mấy tu là kia tao tu bao nhiêu là kia tao tu mấy giờ cú chia sẻ thì có lý là bắt đầu tu mấy giờ chỉ bắt đầu bây giờ mong đầu hàng kia
bây giờ nó giờ bây giờ chơi còn có lý taoว่าตัวอย่างนั้นจะมึงยอดโตสังพอนะอย่างเล่นแต่อย่างก็ลีเต้าละก็ลีอยู่ละป้าจอเป็ดจงกูตัวเทียอยู่ละป้าจอจอเนี่ยเจ้าสีเจ้ามีตุ้มอยู่วันเกิดต้องเกิดก่อนเลยล่อเลยอย่างนั้นเทียเป้าหมุนเทียนเทียหู
ว่าโจรเป็นโจรเนี่ยสิ่งที่นั่นจาวในตัวใช้มองถึงสิ่งนู้นเขาสื่อมุขเวจาเกาหลีว่าให้เราชิดตัวตัวเมย์เราตัวเจ้าเมืองยันตัวเขาลุสังเวเนซุเอลาเราจอเจอเลยนั่นแหละคือคิดให้ถกเป็นอย่างสี่พงจะยืดชัวตัวจนจีจะคิดนักการยังรงเทปไปชัวเรื่องตัวดังเกาหลีว่าให้รงเชียนหนึ่งข้อเกษตรจ่ายยังรงน่ะ